Good evening. Welcome to the BIRNN Chronicles, a radio show of the Blue Island Robbins Neighborhood Network, where we share resources of our partners and all kind of events that are going on in the Blue Island Robbins community and throughout the Southland. Today, we are blessed to have folks from the Robbins Park District to join us, and so want to give them an opportunity to introduce themselves, and then we're just going to have a conversation about the wonderful things that are happening at the Robbins Park District, how you can get involved, and ways that they are serving the community. So we're going to start with Ms. Sheila, then Mr. Parrott. Introduce yourselves, tell the folks a little bit about you and what you do for the Robbins Park District, and then we'll just go into a conversation.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Sheila Inman. I'm at the Robbins Park District. I'm the secretary. My day-to-day business is taking calls, taking emails, and listen to you guys if you have any problems or booking events or anything like that. So everybody gives me a call. So I know right now we have a couple events going on.
Well, we're gonna come back to that. So I know you anxious, and we are all anxious to hear. But we're gonna give Mr. Perry a chance to introduce himself. So, Mr. Perry, go ahead, and then Miss Sheila, we're gonna come back to those events, and I'm gonna ask a few questions that'll lead to those events. So stay prepared, and because I'm sure the community wants to know. So, Mr. Perry, if you want to introduce yourself, tell a little bit about you.
My name is Kendall Parrott. I am the executive director of the Robbins Park District. I've been in the field for over 40 years, and I enjoy serving the community.
Wonderful, wonderful. So these are just a few of the representatives from the Robbins Park District. So first question I wanted to ask is, how do you coordinate with the community? How does the Park District connect to the community outside of the events? I know events are great. We definitely want to talk about that. But what are some other ways that the Park District connects with the Robbins community?
Well, I think one thing that we have been very, very fortunate is that we network with a lot of different entities and organizations that basically come to us to get engaged and get involved in what's going on in the community and to provide services, resources, and other program opportunities to the residents. So we have just been extremely blessed in that way that we do have individuals that come to us. We're connected with the BIRNN, of course, and then it's just an extension of those resources and opportunities for the residents of Robbins, and the Park District is proud to be a catalyst to do that within the community and surrounding areas as well.
Wonderful, wonderful. I know we have been a partner with the Park District for about 8, 9 years now. So we have been a part of some of the wonderful things that the Park District is doing. And so, Sheila, I just want to ask from your perspective, being a lifelong resident of Robbins, how do you see over the years the Park District starting to evolve and connect with the community? From when when you were younger, or just over the years that you've worked there or just lived in the community?
Well, we're engaging more. So a lot of people are starting to pay attention to us now. So at first, we were building that relationship with everybody, even though it's a small town, like you said, and everybody knows each other. That's how most of it started happening. We got around to individuals in the homes and talked to the seniors, the youth, and anyone that's interested in doing any kind of activity. So it's been going pretty good from back then, because back then it was like even more, but now a lot of people have moved out. So we had to, get to know more and more people that have been coming out to our events. So it's been pretty good so far. So
Wonderful. We all know community engagement is important, i.e., the reason that we're doing the BIRNN Chronicles, because we want to talk about engagement in community. And so now we just want to get into, before I ask any other questions, we want to talk about just some of the things that you're doing. So I heard you say seniors. So I know that the Park District does a lot of things with our senior population. And in Robbins, if anybody knows Robbins, they know that the senior population is a huge population in the village of Robbins. And so can you talk about maybe some of the programs or activities that you are engaged with, that you participate with our seniors in the community?
that's back to me, Sheila.
Oh, either one. No, this is a conversation. So both of you guys feel free to
Okay.
jump in. answer any question that you may feel. Both of you can answer. That's, the information is great. So anything that you may be doing with seniors at this point, or things that you've done with seniors in the past that we can share with the community, so that our seniors who are listening will know that they can come to the Park District and they can get that service or that resource.
Well, one thing that we are starting or implementing back up is our senior bingo. It's going to happen the first Wednesday of the month. And we're going to do that through the remainder of the year. We have a new organization that is partnering with us, Sheila.
Zing Health.
Zing Health is going to be sponsoring that. They're a healthcare agency from Chicago, and they're trying to expand their footprint to the south suburbs. So we've been fortunate enough to start working with them. In November, we have our Senior and Veterans Luncheon, our annual luncheon for our seniors and veterans, which is a free event. And there's just a lot of other activities, preparing lunches for our seniors, distributing that to them throughout the community. We try to do that once a month. So our purpose is to take care of those individuals that truly deserve being taken care of, because they are the true stakeholders in the community. Not saying that others are not, but they have been there for so many years. So this is just our way of giving back to that population.
No, I think that's wonderful. And I really appreciate that. I think sometimes our seniors are a forgotten population, that, people get older, they've been there, they've established residencies there. They are the true stakeholders, the gatekeepers of the community. And so it's wonderful to hear that the Park District has activities and that you are working with that population of folks, letting them know that we don't forget you, that we are interested in making sure that you stay fit and stay healthy and stay active. So bingo sounds fun. I know I've been to some bingo and it's been kind of intense. So I would love to make sure that you have some security out there. I don't know, because some folks get real into bingo, so we want to make sure that those bingo nights are very secure and safe. So let me know if you need some security. I might have a good firm to send over to you guys. So
Gotcha.
No problem. So Sheila, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mr. Perry.
One other thing, we always want to make sure that we let the seniors know that they are relevant in the community, because many times, in communities and things of that nature, they push them aside. We don't do that. We make sure that they are relevant in the community, they are relevant to the Park District, and their input and their suggestions and ideas are taken very seriously. So yes, we stay completely engaged with our senior population.
Wonderful, wonderful. So all of our seniors who are listening this evening know that there's a place for you at the Robbins Park District. There are activities, and I'm sure that the folks at the Park District are open to other ideas or things that they may want you guys to do to work with them. So tonight, as you are listening to this program, know that there is a place for you at the Robbins Park District. There are activities for you, resources there. So Sheila, tell us about some other things this evening that we have going on at the Park District.
Like Mr. Kendall said, the bingo. We also have a kinder camp, which is July 8th for that whole week from 9 to 12. It's for girls. We're having it at the building. The grades is from 6 to 12, which is 6th grade to 12 seniors.
Okay.
They're welcome to sign up. They can come to the building and sign up there, and we'll take care of them there.
Oh, let me just interject for a minute, because I think I've been a terrible host, because we've been talking about the Park District, but where is the Park District? I'm not sure that we said the address or telephone number or contact. So let me step back and take blame for that. But we definitely want folks to know where to go do that bingo and where they can go to kinder camp. So what is the address and the contact information of the Robbins Park District?
13650 Clare Boulevard, Robbins, Illinois. Contact phone number is area code 708-577-4752.
All right. Can you repeat that just one more time so folks make sure they need to grab a pen and write that down?
13650 Clare Boulevard, Robbins, Illinois. Phone number is area code 577-4752.
All right, all right. Thank you so much. Now, Miss Sheila, let's go on with those events that you were talking about because they sound great, but we want to know, let people know how to get there and get involved. So,
Oh yeah, they can. Also they can come to the building and just ask for flyers because there's flyers up there for every event that goes on
wonderful,
throughout the community.
wonderful.
We also have a white party coming up, which is August 3rd. They can get the information from us there.
All right. Wait a minute.
Also,
Let's not scoop past the white party because that sounds great to me. So I know this is something that you guys have done before, correct?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
tell me about the white party because I know I'm gonna grab the missus and we're gonna put our all white on and come out. So let me know what I should expect when I walk into the place.
well, actually, this year we're having it on a lot.
Okay.
Right there at our building. So,
Okay.
It'll be food there, and then music and dance.
All right. All right.
Tickets are $20 in advance, and at the door is $25.
Okay. Okay. And if we want to get those tickets in advance, do we just contact you guys at the contact number and we're able to get those tickets? Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, Miss, I'm gonna let Mr. Perry help me out one more time. Mr. Perry, can you give that number one more time so we can call to get our advance tickets for the white party?
The phone number is area code 708-577-4752. And one thing about the all white party,
All right,
you must dress to impress.
all right, all right, all right.
And it will be under the tent. It'll be comfortable. There will be no cicadas.
No cicada.
There will be no mosquitoes.
All right.
So just bring yourself and come on out and enjoy it. The evening that we have for you as we celebrate our 45th anniversary.
45th anniversary. I have never been to a place where people have guaranteed no mosquitoes. So I am definitely coming to this white party because I want to see how you pull that off. I want to be able to do that in my own home. So whatever techniques you have, please share. I'm sure there are folks listening saying no mosquitoes. All right, we want to go to that white party. So definitely get dressed to impress. Come out to the white party. I have never been to an event with the Park District that has not been done in excellency, that has been fully attended. The folks are so welcoming, from Ms. Robeson, from Sheila, Mr. Perry, the other commissioners. It is a great time when you come to an event at the Robbins Park District. So, all right, we got the white party. Sheila, did we touch everything about the white party? It's going to be food. It's going to be dancing. It's going to be no cicadas and no mosquitoes. All right, $20 in advance and $25 as you walk to the door. So get your tickets in advance because I promise you those tickets are going to fly away from the hands of those folks at the Park District. So come on, Sheila, tell us a little bit more. Tell our listeners a little bit more about some of the events that are happening at the Park District.
Well, this year Blue Island is bringing back the parade, so we're going to be in the parade as well.
All right,
which is on the 4th of July. So we're going to meet them out here, and we're going to bring the crew from the Robbins Park District and celebrate.
Wonderful, wonderful.
We have an event with Michael Earhart, which will be in July as well, later on, like the 27th, and he'll be doing the breakfast out there on our lot.
Okay.
So we'll be doing that too.
Can you tell us who Michael Earhart is, just for folks like me who may not know?
I'll let Mr. Kendall do that.
All right, all right.
Michael Earhart is the founder and executive director of Taste for the Homeless.
Okay.
He takes time out of his life to give back to those who are less fortunate by providing meals, resources throughout the Chicagoland area. I've been fortunate to be a part of what he's done for the last 5 years.
Wonderful, wonderful.
And now that I've been the director in Robbins for the last 2 years, we have connected to do some things in Robbins. A couple of years ago, he provided food at the Juneteenth event for all of our guests. So he says, let's do something in Robbins. I want to do something in Robbins. So we are planning a free community pancake breakfast.
Wow,
where Chef Michael Earhart will be cooking for the community that day. So the details are not final, but once we have everything solidified, we will be getting that information out to the community. And the biggest thing is during the summer, we know kids don't eat properly. So this is kind of a kids and youth orientated free community breakfast, but we want to include everybody. But the focus is on the kids and the youth in the community, and this is his way of giving back and supporting the park district as we have supported him on his endeavors as well.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I know our listeners know, if you know anything about the Southland and our communities, that, we deal with food disparity, food deserts, and so getting healthy food and getting access to food, and even Chicago Public Schools this summer are providing lunch for our young people. And so it is so wonderful to know that this chef is going to come out and just be a blessing to the folks in Robbins. And so I'm sure that if you've been working for 5 years, that the food is wonderful, and so those pancakes will be flipping and they will be great. So definitely, we want to make sure, if you want to attend that event, make sure you give the Robbins Park District a call, and as those details are fleshed out, we will make sure that we share it across our social media pages with the BIRNN, and then Robbins, the Park District, has their own social media website and Facebook page. So maybe before we end, you guys will give that information to folks so they'll know where to go on Facebook and find you, and they'll know where to go and look you up on your website as well. So, all right. So let's talk about, so we got the pancake dinner, we got the all white party. What else do we have going on? I think the most important thing about this day is that, first, we want to thank you, Robbins Park District, for being our first guest on our first show. And so thank you so much for taking out the time and come and share with us. But we definitely want the community to know that there are so many things that are going on that you can get involved in. And so this is the point of this. And so definitely come out. And great to hear that you are partnering with Blue Island, that you're going to be in the 4th of July parade. We are the Blue Island and Robbins Neighborhood Network. So it's great to know that we are sharing just across the track, sometimes 5 minutes away, that we are working together to really work with community. All right, so Sheila, you seem to be the events queen. So come on and share some more of these events with us.
So we also have our back to school, which is in August. That's the 10th.
Okay.
So we're going to do that out there on the lot as well. Everybody is welcome. It's a Robbins event too. So make sure bring the kids and everything. So we'll have everything for them, food as well. We should have some vendors. Well, we will have vendors, put it that way.
Okay.
Everybody is welcome. So, we're trying to do things. Volunteers we need as well. Without volunteers, we can't do too much things.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Let them come out and do what they can. And Kendall already said the other ones in the spring. In the fall, that'll be going on as well. But other than that, just come and, drop us a line, come visit, give us a call. I'm always there.
Oh, yeah, Sheila is definitely dedicated to the work. By the time this show airs, we will have worked together on the Safe Summer Backyard Barbecue, which is a day of anti-violence that will be happening June 29th. And it'll be every entity in Robbins out. We'll have bouncy houses. We'll have a gaming truck. Brother Lamont Watts from Future Vision Entertainment will be out working with some of the young people on just doing some commercial spots or just starting to learn about broadcasting. He's the person that is our anchor of our program. And so we are so grateful to have him out. There'll be hot dogs and hamburgers, and there'll be competitions with the young people playing basketball, horse, and 3-point shooting and free throw shooting with the police officers. There'll be cornhole. There will be double dutch competitions with the young lady. Sheila, you gonna get out there and jump some double dutch? You know what? I'm gonna pay to see that. I promise you. By the time we come back again for our next show, I'm gonna let you know how Sheila did on this double dutch and whether or not she is in intensive care. But we're gonna make sure we look out for Sheila and that she don't hurt herself on that double dutch thing. So let me ask you this. You kind of mentioned it about volunteers. So can you tell us how important volunteers are to the work that you're doing at the Robbins Park District, and how people can get in contact with you besides that number? Like if you don't have the number by now that Mr. Perry has been giving you, I want the number. So contacting them at that number. So how do volunteers, why are they so important to the work that you guys are doing and all these wonderful events?
It helps us interact with the town, period.
Okay.
If they can come out and, people will know them, and at least come to them. They know they're helping out, give them information, and they help us out too. So that's another thing.
Okay.
I also wanted to put the plug in for the Rib Fest, which is September 7th.
Oh, now that sounds good. We need to talk. We need to dig. We need to dig. We can't go past that. We got to dig into the Rib Fest. Now that's something that I'm going to be at personally. Y'all look for me. I'll be right there at the Rib Fest. I might have a rib or two in my hand when you find me, but definitely come see me. So tell me a little bit before we talk about anything else. You held the best one to the last. Like,
right, that's what you're supposed to do.
September 7th is Rib Fest. Tell me about this Rib Fest.
We're getting all the details together now.
Okay, is this something that you guys have done before?
No.
First annual. All right.
So
tell me what your vision is for the Rib Fest. I know you're putting things together, but now that you're putting those together, what would you and Mr. Perry, what you guys like to see besides Kim Benson out there double fisted with some ribs? What else would you like to see?
Well, the thing is, we want to have a rib tasting contest. One of the things.
Can I sign up for that real quick before you leave? I want to be a taster.
You sure can.
All right. I'm happy now. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So we're gonna have rib tasting. We'll have rib connoisseurs out there. We'll have individuals that will be serving side dishes. We'll have a competition. One of the things that we talked about was having a community competition between the various block clubs.
Okay.
So we would have a trophy to the winning block club, and they would hold that trophy for a year.
All right.
And then we would come back the next year and they would compete again. And either they would retain their title or it would shift to another block club entity. But the whole thing that we try to do collectively is to engage the community, bring the community together, do something different within the community as opposed to doing something outside of the community.
Definitely.
So the more that we build, the more that community members and stakeholders come out, the stronger we will be as a community as a whole. So it's about fun. It's about good food. It's about relaxation. It's about great music. It's about coming together as one small community and staying engaged with each other.
That is fantastic. Well, I just want you to know I am a rib connoisseur. So, just in case you want to have a contest of ribs, I'm not the hot dog guy, but I can put away some ribs. But you know what? It sounds so great that there's something like that. And Sheila, I really appreciate what you were saying about volunteers. I know that you're not just exclusive to volunteers in Robbins, but volunteers from all over can come and participate in some of the activities. And I agree with Sheila. As long as I've been doing this work is really fueled by volunteers. So people who are coming out, we can never have enough staff, doing nonprofit work and community work, but this stuff is fueled by those folks who are volunteers. And I know that there are volunteers of all ages that work with the Park District. So if you are interested in volunteering for some of these events that they've talked about today, you want to definitely give them a call so that you can come out and participate and help out in community. And this Rib Fest sounds wonderful. I love opportunities where community can come together. And if you put a prize out there, folks are definitely interested in winning that trophy. So that is something great. So we will continue you can find that information on our social media pages, on the social media pages from the Robbins Park District. One thing that you'll find is we talk to folks from both communities. Both communities have rich history. So our next show, our second show, we'll have Mr. Tyrone Haymore from the Robbins Museum, and he's going to come and talk about the rich history of Robbins, and we'll see how a lot of these things connect. So another thing, Sheila, and we talked about the seniors and we talked about some of the adults. So talk about some of the things that you're doing with some of the young people and some of the associations. I know that you guys work with the Robbins Cal Park Eagles and the Lady Eagles. And so, those are teams that we've started to work with as the BIRNN, and we've started to sponsor some of those young people to help them to get what they need to be successful. So tell us about some of the stuff that you do, the youth work that you do there at the Robbins Park District.
Well, right now we're looking for the summer jobs for the kids. We usually have them at a certain time. We find out, at least this is like the week we find out if the summer jobs are coming.
Okay.
So far we're still waiting on that. We want to engage with them more because some of the kids are just walking the streets.
Okay.
If we can get them into something more active for them to do instead of, just I'm staying at home today. No,
Right,
we don't need
right.
that. So I do tell them if they can come up there and try to engage with us to help with our events.
All
And
right.
then that'll put them out there so they start getting more involved in doing, volunteer work or just coming out to help. So, sometimes they can get a little stipend if they do some other things that we need for them to do, which is good
Right.
because, sitting at home and just looking at TV on a video game and on my phone, it doesn't work all the time.
I know you're right. You're
So they
right.
can do anything. The only thing they have to do is just give a call and let us know exactly, what they're interested in. Because I'm willing to take, anybody in if I can.
No, that sounds great. I think that it's so important that we have our young people invest in the communities that they will at some point become
Yeah.
adults, and it'll be their community, their own homes there and businesses there, and they will be raising their children there. So why not get involved when you're young
Yeah.
and really understand the value of the community? And I think if you roll your sleeves up and you get out there, then you really understand where you live
That's
and the
right.
value of where you live, and
Right.
standing shoulder to shoulder, arm to arm with other people to really help improve the community. So
Right.
I do have another question, which is I think it's important because none of this work can be done without funding. So we never want to skirt past that there's opportunities for funding. So Mr. Perry,
Right.
just talk about some of the ways that people can help with funding, whether it's financially or if it's in kind, or ways that they can reach out to you guys to help with funding some of these programs that you have going on.
Well, the one thing we try to do is keep things affordable because of the economic climate in the community.
Okay.
But corporate sponsorships, donations, contributions. The one thing I will say is that we have been very, very fortunate in the partnerships that we have developed over the years, that many of our programs, we do get the support. We're always in Springfield knocking on doors, um, trying to get appropriated money. This is one of the things that we've been successful with this year and last year, that we have gotten appropriated funding for capital projects and expansion of playgrounds in the community. This is
Wonderful.
something major that we are embarking on and taking part of right now. So we're very fortunate with that. But on the programming side, um, we do reach out to businesses and other companies and corporations, and we've been pretty successful.
Wonderful.
That helps keep the cost down, um, and it doesn't have a major impact on our overall budget. One thing, excuse me, on the programming side for the youth, um, Commissioner Justin Harris is a very, very engaging commissioner uh, that is centered around doing youth. We had a youth basketball program the past fall and winter, where 5 of our teams participated in a league. 4 of the teams won championships.
Wow, wonderful.
We also have our um, wrestling program, where we've had kids that have excelled and won state competitions. So we try to do everything that we possibly can within our means to reach every sector of the community. One thing that we're going to be looking at in the fall and the winter is to do some trips and excursions. We also participate with New Life Alive Church, Pastor Jerome Cook. So we provide tickets to kids for Brookfield Zoo. So we continue to try to do and reach out and do those things that are important to the community.
That is so wonderful. Now we've reached the gamut. We've talked about young folks, we've talked about young adults, we've talked about seniors. So there is something for everybody in the family at the Robbins Park District. So I am so excited to hear about the engagement. And if people are listening, if you want to donate to the cause, if you want to contribute to the work that is going on at the Robbins Park District, definitely reach out. Before we sign off, we're going to definitely give you their Mr. Parrott is giving the phone number. I'm asking to give it one more time before we sign off, along with the social media pages and the website, so you'll know how to reach out. As Sheila said, you can always come down to the building. There's somebody always there. Even if you cannot financially give, you can definitely give in kind. There may be some things, just sweat equity, being able to come out and man the table, or get on the grill, or help to clean up.
Volunteers.
The one thing I love about the Park District is that they want to make sure that the community is beautiful. So if you sometimes you'll see some of the commissioners along with Sheila out, they're sweeping up the basketball court, or they're picking up garbage in the community, and it just warms your heart, because you realize that they are truly invested in their community. So being not only a resident, you work for the Park District, but you live in the community. So you want to make sure that your community is wonderfully, and that it looks great, and that people are invited, and that it's inviting. So one other question I have is, since we're talking about all these wonderful programs, how do you get feedback from the community? How do you talk to the community to find out if you are moving in the right direction, or there's some things that they would like for you to change? Is there a way that the community can give feedback?
I would think so. Yeah.
Yes, one thing that we try to do, and Sheila is very, very good at marketing the Park District. So whenever we have an event or an activity, she makes it her point, as well as Ms. Shepherd and the commissioners that are present at events, to hear what the residents have to say.
Wonderful.
That helps us in future planning to say we need to add this, we need to subtract this. But one thing I will say about the residents in Robbins, they will let you know what they like.
Oh, that's right now.
They will let you know what they don't like. And it is our responsibility to make sure that we do the best that we can. So any feedback, whether it's positive or not positive, we take it as constructive criticism to make us better, so that we can be better for them. So we enjoy that. We appreciate that. So then we know how we need to move the next time. So yes, we take all things in consideration, and we make our adjustments accordingly.
I think that's wonderful to have an open listening ear to the community in which you serve, and to be, open enough to say, hey, we maybe need to make some adjustments if we are not moving in the right direction. I think organizations that move that way and operate that way are always long lasting and very, very successful, because as we've been talking through this show, that the community is what fuels everything that we do. We would not have a job if it had not been for the communities in which we serve. So we're so very grateful to the residents of both Blue Island and Robbins, but I know the Robbins residents are jewels, and I will attest to what Mr. Parrott said. If they are not happy with something, they will let you know. You will not have to guess. You will not have to go and search out for it. They will let you know, and being open to that, and they will make sure that you hear them.
That's right.
And make sure that you are paying attention to the things that they feel like that they need to be changed. But I can attest that the Park District has always been open to that. The great thing about the Park District is that even as the BIRNN, we really want to try to do stuff with folks inside of the community. And so we have held various workshops, our all partners meetings, things in the Park District facility. And you guys have always been very open and welcoming to the things that we've wanted to do. And so we're very grateful for that. So let me ask this question. When we talk about dreaming out, and this may be things that are just your dreams, Mr. Parrott, or your dreams, Sheila, talk about some of the dreams that you have for the Park District and the community. Now, you don't have to give confidential, classified information, but if there's some things that you are dreaming about that you would love to see the Park District be able to do in community, let's tell the folks a little bit about those things.
I'm going to mention two.
Okay.
One is to expand the footprint of the Park District in the community. And when I say that, having more playgrounds in different areas of the community. Mm-hmm. Currently, we have 2 playgrounds to serve the community, but there are other areas in the community that we can engage in doing that. And this is something that we have taken the initiative on to process and start doing in the community so that kids can have safe and viable playgrounds within walking distance where they don't have to cross a major street,
Wonderful.
and that they can come and be within their own area of the community to have um, fully inclusive playgrounds.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Wonderful.
The second would be to build our own recreational facility, multi-purpose recreational facility.
Wonderful.
This has been a concept and an idea of the Board of Commissioners for the last year and a half. So we are working on building that and working with our legislators to try to get funding to do that. It's a process. Um, we're diligent in that process,
All right.
and we're going to continue to move that forward because the residents deserve to have a place where everybody can go and enjoy recreation and leisure activities.
Oh, I think that those are two great aspirations and two great dreams. And I know that as those dreams are starting to be lived out, there's opportunities for capital investments for, some of our larger organizations or for individuals who would like to give into that, creating this very large multi-purpose recreational center. I think that is a great place to land where it's something that you want to bring to community, because it's great to have that gathering place where families can come and swim or play basketball or have chair aerobics or yoga and stuff like that for the seniors. So we definitely want to have a place where families can come. So Miss Sheila, what about you? What are some of your dreams for the park district as we move forward in these next years?
Well, mine was brick and mortar, like he said.
All right.
I definitely want to see that. I also said swimming. It doesn't have to be a Olympic pool. It can be 5 feet. We can do the exercise for the seniors. We can teach the kids how to swim. Anything to just get them motivated. So I like nice things. Don't you think they would want it too?
Oh, I think so. I think
Instead
that
of
would be great.
going over across the tracks to another community center, you can still go there.
Right.
There's no problem with it.
Right.
But if you have your own in your own town, it'll work out real fine. And first of all, we all need to work together
I
so we
agree.
can get this done.
I agree.
All these other, things that's going on, we need to set those aside and just work together. If we work together, I know it's hard. We work together, this can work out because I'm definitely for this brick and mortar. That's all. It's been a long time coming. I just want to see it. That's all.
No, I agree with you 100%. I think being a part of the BIRNN, and you guys are a very integral and important part of the work that we do. That's our dream, to continue to create a table where folks from all over can sit and feel comfortable, and we can dream together and we can work together to make sure that some of these things come to fruition. So before we get out of here this evening, you've mentioned a little bit about the 45-year anniversary. So I know that you guys are working on some things, and there may be some things that are not finalized yet, but can you tell the listeners just a little bit about what the 45 years mean to you, even if you haven't been around for 45 years, just what, reaching that pinnacle, that mark of being someplace and operating for 45 years is just, it's just unbelievable, especially in underserved communities. And we always working with funders, and sometimes funding runs out, or individual givers that sometimes stop giving, or staff decreases, or things that happen in community. But to be able to last through that for 45 years in the village of Robbins is a great and wonderful thing. So talk about a little bit about, if you can, what the 45-year celebration would be, and just what 45 years means. I know that you are both young people, so you haven't been around for 45 years, but just the years that you may have been around, and what that really means to you. So and anything that you may have planning for the 45-year celebration.
Well, I want to first defer part of your question to Miss Inman because she has been a lifelong resident of Robbins. She born and raised and grew up here, so she knows those kind of things. And then I will kind of piggyback on her comments about the 45th anniversary and things that we are trying to plan for the community and to celebrate 45 years in the community.
Okay, okay, come on, Miss Sheila. I know you're a very young woman, so you've probably not been around 45 years, but for those 22 years that you've been around, tell us how it's been to be a 22-year-old young woman in the village of Rob. We ain't gonna tell your age, but just tell us, as Mr. Perry said, talk about what that 45-year pinnacle, reaching this point, means to you.
It means a whole lot because it's been challenging. I can tell you that because we went from we had to not having.
All right.
And then from not having to working with it. And then we start going on from there. And then we start getting, and then all of a sudden we had to shut down. And then once again, we trying to get it and we're still waiting. So it's been like I said, challenging. I love every minute of it, moment of it, because I am a public servant. I feel that I can, I've reached a lot of people. I've met a lot of people.
All right.
Even you can.
That's right. That's right.
So, it's been a beautiful journey. I can't even say I didn't love it. I love it because I love my job. It's a lot of things that go into it. You got to have the heart for it. That's the thing. So if you don't have the heart for it, it's just like this is not a place for you.
I know what you mean. So, and one thing I can say, really, just to kind of piggyback on what you were saying, that the changes at some point a few years ago, the world changed for all of us, and the world shut down. But the one thing I can say about the Park District is that the Park District, even through COVID, kept going, kept pushing forward out there in community, making sure that people had what they needed. So that that's when you know that you have somebody that's dedicated and prepared to stay. Because I think when that happened, none of us knew what to do. It just, one day we woke up and the world had shut down. But so grateful for organizations like the Robbins Park District who said, even through COVID, even though we don't know what's happening, we're still going to serve the community. So I agree with you 100%. And so I think it is just a wonderful thing to reach 45 years and doing anything, especially as an organization. Most of our nonprofits, they don't last 5 years, and a lot of them through COVID, they lost funding and they closed down. But to be able to continue to move through the way that you guys have for all of these years is just a wonderful thing. So, Mr. Perry, tell me a little bit about how you feel about the 45 years and what the celebration means.
I think this is a significant milestone for the Park District. I was reminded by former Cook County Board President John Strozier. This was years ago. He always said, if you don't tell your story, nobody else will.
That's right. That's right.
So for this particular purpose, we are telling our story. We are engaging, and this year is a special year for the Park District, not only because of the 45th anniversary, but we're telling our story from where they were to where they are to where they're striving to be.
All right.
October, I believe early October.
19th, I'm sorry.
October 19th.
Okay.
The Robbins Park District will be having its 45th anniversary gala. It will be held at the,
I believe Ophelia's, correct?
Ophelia's,
Okay.
that's
okay.
correct.
Okay.
The logistics are being worked on right now. Probably within the next 30 days, all of that information will be out to the public,
right.
But it will be a true celebration of 45 years of due diligence, hard work, blood, sweat, and tears, challenges, and victories of the Robbins Park District and what is being planned for the future growth and development of the Park District. So we are truly excited about that. And there is more to come. But yes, we are telling our story and we're going to be consistent with the storytelling, and we just want people to engage in and be thankful for the services and the history of the Robbins Park District in Robbins, Illinois.
That is such a wonderful thing. I want each and every one of our listeners to know that as the Park District prepares to uh, get everything together for the gala, there will be sponsorship opportunities for you to just buy a ticket and to attend. Let's all come out. We'll make sure that from the Burns aspect, we'll get all of that information out. You can get the information. We're going to soon share the website and the social media page. So all of that information will be posted there. But I want each and every listener of this show to know that you got to participate in this gala. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be something like you've never seen before, and you want to be a participant. You don't want to hear about it. You want to be there to witness it and to talk about and listen to the history of the Robbins Park District and hear this story, because it's a wonderful story to be told. So definitely want to give you guys an opportunity now before we sign off to give information on your website. What's your website address and your social media pages? And so repeat it for us a couple of times so that folks will know.
The Robbins Park District is on Facebook, and the robbinsparkdistrict.org, as well as the robbinsribfest.org is where you can register to come out and cook and share with us on that day. But please remember, the Robbins Park District is here for the community. Don't forget, we're on Facebook, robbinsparkdistrict.org, as well as to register for RibFest, robbinsribfest.org.
Wonderful. So if you are trying to find the Robbins Park District on Facebook, go to the Robbins Park District on Facebook and you will find their page, and their website is robbinsparkdistrict.org. There's great information there. Let's make sure that we get out there and that we support. So we got a few minutes left. And so before we sign off of this wonderful show, again, I want to thank you guys for coming out and being our first guest of our show. Thank Future Vision Entertainment for allowing us to host this show on their platform. Miss Lena Shepherd, who is our I think voluntold producer. And so I appreciate all the work that she has done with us. Brother Lamont Watts, who we will be working with to do some stuff with young people in the Robbins Park District and in the Robbins community, giving young people an opportunity to think about broadcasting and being an anchor and being behind the scenes and how to hold the camera and all of those wonderful things. And so the BIRNN will be supporting those efforts as well. So before we go, I definitely want to give you an opportunity just to kind of wrap it up and talk about just how you feel about the work you're doing. I think you both have eloquently told our listeners about that. But if you have any final words, anything that you want to say to our listeners to keep them engaged, to tell them that they need to get engaged. Sheila, we're gonna start with you as a lifelong resident, but just to wrap it up, just anything that you want to say to our listeners, so they outside of knowing where the address is, 13650 Claire Boulevard in Robbins, Illinois, 60472. You can send those checks to that address as well. So just wanted to make sure I threw that back out.
Post Office Box 115.
Post Office Box 115. Now you can definitely send those checks there. So thank you for that. But Sheila, if you want just to wrap it up, just if you want to just give some last words to our listeners about the community in which you live and you love and the work you do at the Park District, and we want to give you this time to do that.
Ooh, you're giving me the floor.
We're gonna give you the floor.
Well, all I want to say is, I love the situation we're in, and for you guys to just come and just do what you can with us. Use us. We're your vessels. Like you said, the website, the Robbins Park District, is on Facebook. Is robbinsparkdistrict.org, the robbinsribfest.org. Check those things out. And you also can look at my page, because I put stuff on my page too.
All right.
Miss She Lemon.
All
But
right.
I'm just letting you guys know we appreciate everything and anything you do. The support is very good.
Wonderful.
So never forget, we're always here because you guys know me. So
Wonderful. And don't be stalking her page now. You know, if you going on her page, go on her page to find out information about the park district. That's right. Don't be going on there looking for no craziness now. And Mr. Perry, after you, I do want to talk about one event that we're doing with the Robbins Cow Park Lady Eagles, and it's coming up on July 13th. There's going to be a car wash. But I'll talk a little bit about that before we sign off. But Mr. Perry, just give us your final words.
I would just like to say to the residents of Robbins, let us know what you would like in your community, and we will do our best to deliver those programs, services, and resources to the residents, and continue to support the Robbins Park District. I think we are the cornerstone in the community, and we want to continue to build for the residents of Robbins. That's all I have to say.
No, that you said it all right there. That is wonderful. But before we go, again, I want to remind you that on July 13th, we will be the BIRNN and a lot of our other partners, along with the Robbins Park District. We're doing this in on their lot. The Cow Park Lady Eagles will be hosting a car wash, and it's going to be $10 for cars and $15 for SUVs and vans. We want you to come out and support these young folks. The one thing I'm saying, I'm starting to see young people say, look, we have to invest in ourselves. We need to get out there and show folks that we want to try to invest in and raise money to do the things that we need to do. So definitely want you to come out 13650 and Claire Boulevard and Robbins, $10 for a car. That's nothing. And you get a free air freshener of your choice to go along with each and every car wash. Now just think about that. Of your choice, free air freshener. And you know, if you feel like jumping out your car and helping to wash some cars, we would love to do that as well. Volunteers are welcome. You can reach out to Sheila about that, and we can connect you to that. But thank you so much for spending time with us today. I don't think there's anybody that's listening to us tonight that will not realize that the Park District is the place to be. There are wonderful events that are happening at the Park District, and there is more to come. So please join us next week as we have Tyrone Haymore of the Robbins Museum. He is a man of so much knowledge. People will not understand the history of the village of Robbins tied to the Tuskegee Airmen. I don't want to take none of his shine now because I can't say it as well as him, but we definitely want you to tune in and join us for our next show where we will have Mr. Tyrone Haymore talk about the history of the village of Robbins. And as we come to you each and every week, we will be inviting out partners. We're going to be inviting out some of our community members, our block club members. We'll be inviting out some of our young people, some of the coaches in both communities. Some of our elected officials will come. This show is going to be a place where you can come and share resources. You can tell people about the things that are in your heart that you love about your community. We'll be able to talk about maybe some of the things that are affecting our communities, like gun violence and some of those other things that are plaguing our communities. And so we want to use this platform as your platform, the community platform. I just facilitate the conversation, but the conversation is about the people who wake up and go to sleep in those communities each and every day. So I want to thank you so much for joining us on the BIRNN Chronicles, and we look forward to seeing you and speaking with you on our next show. Bye now.